Oh, I can't wait. Hey guys, welcome back to GeekSmart for another install tutorial setup video, and that is on the brand new ecobee switch. I'm actually looking forward to showing this. This is actually being recorded before the release day, but obviously if you see this, it's on or past the release day itself. They've sent this over to me early to test out and make sure that it was available for you guys to see when it actually is available. So this is ecobee's kind of their step into the smart switch market, smart lighting market, rather than just having the thermostat. And since I've already done the thermostats, they asked me to do the switch. I'm really thankful that they did that, because this looks pretty awesome, as it has Amazon's Assistant built into it. Notice I didn't say that because I didn't want to set your stuff off. But it has it built in just like the ecobee 4 does. So basically it's an easy way to add in Amazon's Assistant into your room without adding in an Echo Dot or something like that. So we're going to do an install on this. I will have a review video that's actually going to come up on the same day as this. So I will put a link in the description where you can actually watch that as well if you want to see my thoughts after I've used it for a while. This is the setup. So we're going to head over to the electrical box to start off. Okay, I lied a little bit. I probably should show you what's in the box before I get all crazy. Lift up here, and we obviously have the switch. Up here we actually have a set of instructions that we can go over on how to actually do this, how to actually install it. We have the actual switch itself with its cover. That's going to go on last. This is a switch. It does hardwire into your actual home's switch, so it actually replaces a light switch. They did give us some wire nuts as well, and that's all you really need. It's always best to probably have a pliers with you, both Phillips and flathead screwdrivers. Possibly might need a wire cutter or just a utility knife. I'm going to have all those with me when I'm actually going up to do it. So let's head over to the electrical box now that we're ready. You're going to want to find your circuit breaker box. Now I have a light on because I'm about to kick the lights off in here, but if you're not familiar with how to use this, there usually is a listing of your various light sources on the side, if you have at least a decent electrician, and so they'll have it labeled. I know for a fact that mine is right here, which is bedroom. It's hard to tell what the heck it says, but I know for a fact that it's that one, that I'm in the room that it's standing in. So I'm going to actually click this one off right now. And guess what? We are in the dark. All right, let's head over to the light. Okay, so here we are. We have my switch here that is currently in place, and we're going to go ahead and start taking this off. Now, I do have a electrical tester, so if you have one of these as well, you can obviously check at any time to make sure that there is not electricity. If there was, it would actually set off an alarm and this would go red. And I can check it again here in a moment once we get in here, because you definitely do not want to be electrocuted. Now some of this I'm going to actually speed up in the end, but to get started, if you've never done this before, all you're doing is taking the cover off, especially because you know it's safe, or it should be safe. Take that out of the way here. And now, get over to the Phillips bit. Once you're done with this section, I'm going to go ahead and fast forward this, but once we're done with this, we'll recheck with the electrical tester. Okay, so now that we're here, we'll just double check. Turn this guy back on. Nope, we're good. That was just from me. Sometimes this gives a false positive if I hit it against something or anything like that, but nope, we're good. Alright, so let's pull this guy out. And we're going to disconnect. This one has ground wire, and then the two load wires. I'm going to disconnect those real quick. So we get that one, ground. Sometimes, depending on your switch, you may have something, let me show you here, like this, where we have this the wire that's actually curved on there. What we're going to want to do with that is we're going to actually want to straighten that back out. So let me get that done real quick. I'm going to have to grab my pliers. Let me moment. So the real reason we want these straight, all of them, is that we want to be able to use wire nuts to connect all the wires. So when I pull the switch over, grabbing this, we're going to connect all these. So you can see there's two, the black ones which are the line and the load, the white one which is going to be our neutral, and the green is going to be our ground. And what we're going to want is we're going to want, for instance, with the neutral wire here, connect them all together here, and use the wire nuts to actually tighten them and get them all connected good. Let me grab a couple more wire, all the rest of the wire nuts real quick, sorry. And we can put those together here. So there's the two ground. We have the load and the line here. Now this one's got some funky thing. That might be a little long. You can also, if you think that the connection's a little long, you can just take your wire snip, or in this case just some needle nose pliers, and just cut off a little bit of the wire itself, so that we're not too long. We don't want to be too long with it at all. Alright. Good with that one. And one last one here. Hopefully the video is coming out good, because I'm hoping it's staying in focus. Alright, so we have them all connected. Now you can, if you so wish, you could actually take electrical tape and wrap these up as well, and that way you know that nothing's going to get in there. I feel actually pretty confident about these. They seem like they snug down real good, so I'm not going to do the electrical tape, but that is an option. You could do that. Now we want to slowly and carefully kind of start bunching these wires back up into the actual outlet here itself, because we're going to need as much room as we can get, to be honest about it. And so what I've found in the past, even with my other one that I've installed, is it tends to be really hard to make sure you have enough room. Sometimes you have to redo the bundling of your wires back here, so that you're not so you actually get enough room. Maybe the best way to put it. Alright, let's see what that comes out. And so you can test at any time. You know, actually, it's pretty close. You don't want to be too crazy about it. You want to make sure that wherever your wires are, they're not hitting something where they're coming out or they're going to get cut or anything like that. Especially with mine, I have a metal box here, so I definitely do not want the wires to get cut at all. So, pretty confident about that. Let me grab the two. Now this comes in your kit as well, the two screws that actually allow you to put the switch in. And we'll start each of them real quick. Start the one there. Start the one on the bottom. And now and then we'll speed this process up. Now I definitely recommend double checking before you do this, because you don't want to put too much actual pressure on these plastic pieces here, because you can break them. So just make sure that you did push the wires back good enough to get a good amount, or a good basically the plate on the wall itself, as far in as they can possibly go. And we don't want to snug these up too much, just nice and snug, and make sure it's, you know, fairly vertical. And then you can take the wall plate that they give you and put that, it'll snap in place just like so. There it goes. There she goes. I think we're good. That's that. That is that on the wall. So we'll have to get the power back on. Okay, so power is on. You can see now the light's actually on. And this thing did have a green light there a moment ago, so I'm sure it's booting up and getting it all connected. And we'll let it go and see what happens here. Okay, a good 5 seconds in or so, we have a yellow light now. And I thought I'd just update you exactly what's going on as we go. Okay, so actually just after I turned it off, we had the yellow light that came on here. So everything should work. Power button should turn on and off the power. And now we are good to actually set up the smart features, which actually is through the ecobee app. So let's head over to a better lit area.
Hey,
So next, now we're over here ready to get it set up, and all I did was open up the ecobee app. This is what you're going to be greeted with. Install a device, register a device, or if you already have an account, log in. Now, I'm going to actually log into my account, but then from there, we're going to come back to this same menu. So I'm going to go ahead and log in real quick because I already have an ecobee account, and then we'll go from there. If you don't have an account, you can create an account with this as well, or you can just go through the install or register your device. Now, we've already installed the device, so you could just register it, but let me log in real quick. Okay, so we're going to hit log in here. Sure, we'll set up Touch ID. Why not? Alright, so there's my thermostat, actually. I'm going to come back out here to the... Let's see if we go... where we hit Add Install Device. Alright, so we have already installed the device, so now we're going to go into Register the Device. So we're going to hit Register Device, ecobee Switch is what we've set up. Make sure the switch is in amber. It still is. It started. It's going to search for that device. Hopefully it finds it. There it is right there. So we're going to hit add. We're going to set up using HomeKit as well. I'm going to add it to my home. Actually, this is my studio. In home, hit done. Hit next. Yes, I want to allow the accessory to access my network. Now, if you haven't had one set up already, you may have to go into and actually tell it what SSID and password for that network. But more than likely, because I already have an ecobee thermostat set up, it's automatically doing that. Now, if you just went in from the front page and hit register device, it may look slightly different than this, but use HomeKit setup code, which is actually on the booklet. Let me grab that. So in the back of the manual that came with it, there is a setup code, which obviously in this case we're going to use the camera. Boom. Set that back down there. So that's been added. We'll hit next. Name your switch to help identify it. I'm going to call this Studio. It asks for your address. I skipped over that information real quick for you, so I don't have that on there. And now we have my devices there and my studio switch. Now if I click it off, there it goes. Click it on. Oh, I guess it's still updating on my network. Here we go. Click it back on. And there it goes. So everything's working here on the app. Let's see how she does with everything else. Okay, so if we actually click on the actual switch itself, this is where we actually get to the switch menu to find out information about it. This is actually obviously a big button for turning it on and off. You can go into the settings of it, but this is where we want to turn the microphone on for the Alexa side. So we're going to click on that. Alexa has it built in, so we're going to sign up in with Amazon. It's going to link the Alexa to it. Now all you have to do here is sign into your Amazon account. I'm going to do that real quick. Okay, so I just logged in real quick. Allow it to access. Yes, I'm going to hit allow.
You have successfully linked your device to Amazon Alexa.
And there we go. And there's my wife. I've said that. All right. Alexa, discover devices.
Starting discovery.
Perfect.
Take up to 20 seconds. If you haven't already,
And now we can actually use Alexa as normal.
For your smart device from the Alexa app.
And there we are. So let's go check it out what it looks like over there. So looks like there is a secondary part of setup here, and that is with the center button. Smart features. Comes with intelligent features to automate your lights. Well, let's give that a try. Hit let's go. This is an indoor light, not an outdoor light, so I'm going to select that. Let's see. No more automatically turn off lights when no one is in the room. Sure, let's do that. Turn that on. Go hands-free. Automatically turn the lights when you enter the room. Actually, that'd be perfect. Find your light switch easily. Make your switch glow in the dark. I don't think I need that here, to be honest, but I want to see what the feature looks like. And you're all set. Got it. Perfect. It looks like let's see if we can go back to that. Yep, we can go back to that and turn that on and off at any time. So that's nice that I can easily access that. And then within the menu here, device info, about, device model, things like that. Info, the name, stuff like that. So, quick and easy. Alright, well if you don't already have the Alexa app, in order to get everything fully working, even though now we've logged into Amazon, on the ecobee, we want to make sure that we have the Alexa app so we can get everything else integrated. So what we're going to want to do is sign in with our Amazon account here in the Alexa app. If you don't have the Alexa app, just download it, open it, and here's what you'll find. I'm going to log in real quick. All right, now that we're logged in, it's going to bring up my menu and everything like that. And what we're going to want to do on this, and this is obviously going to, maybe it's going to look a little more compact on your phone rather than on a tablet here, but this is just for ease of showing. We're going to hit the menu system on the top left. And then we're going to scroll down and hit skills. And on skills, this is where we have to enable the ecobee skill. So we have to search first for ecobee. Hit search. Now there are two skills. You want the ecobee skill, not the ecobee plus skill. So let's click on that, hit enable. And then from here we'll actually have to log in with our ecobee account, which I'll do now. I already have it pre-entered in here. I'll hit login. I'll authorize the Alexa to use it. And there we go. We can hit done and close this window. And we'll want to discover devices. Once that's done, it should find it. So let's let this do this, and then we'll eventually actually head over to the Switch itself. So it usually takes a minute. And usually it'll pop up and say, hey, I found this many devices. There's my ecobee. I called my ecobee switch the studio. So there's my studio switch. So it's actually there, which you can now control. You can actually edit the name and everything in here as well if you would like to. Switch is on, switch is off. So here I'm doing it through the Alexa app, not directly through the ecobee app. So yes, it will control it now. I also can do one more setup here, and I'm gonna let's first check to make sure that it works with the voice. Alexa, turn off the studio.
Okay.
Alexa, turn on the studio.
Okay.
She works great. So that is the setup for the ecobee switch. To conclude, we set it up, we installed it, we set it up with Alexa, we set it up with HomeKit as well, because that's part of the setup procedure if you have that capability. You can actually use this with your Google Home products as well, with the Google Assistant. So I didn't do the setup on this one yet because this is still in a beta before the release date. So, but by release date, everything will work. It will work with If This Then That, as all ecobee stuff does so far. So, with that said, guys, thanks to ecobee for sending this over to me to check out. I will have the review for this posted on the same day as this setup video. So I will put that link down in the description. I will also put a link where you can actually purchase this down in the description as well. But to be honest, check back, watch the review, because I'll actually have hands-on use with it, and I'll let you know what features work, what features don't work as well. This is a software upgradable thing, so as with any of these smart devices, if the hardware works great, software will change over time. So far, just from setup, pretty solid for the software. One thing obviously to note is you do need both load wires, you do need a ground wire, and you have to have a neutral wire to set this up. You cannot do it without the neutral wire. So if you have an older home, or a home that wasn't ran, or at least the wires weren't run to code currently, you have to have a neutral wire. So if nothing else, before you purchase this, kick off your breaker box, open up your switch if you're not familiar with your setup, and double check you have both load wires, a neutral wire, and you should definitely have a ground wire. So you should have all four to set this up. So not all smart switches require that, but this smart switch does require that, just so you are aware. So that said, guys, pretty awesome product. If you have any other questions, post those below about the setup, and definitely stay tuned, because I'll probably have more videos like this. I'll probably have another set of video with maybe even the setup for all three smart assistants to get it to work. But either way, let me know what you think. Otherwise, catch you in a future video. We'll see you soon.